Hi, I'm Lily from New York, and this is my story. Please like and subscribe. I was a single kid raised by two farmers who absolutely adored me. We didn't have much money, but I always had books to read and games to play. My parents were always really busy working, though.
Mommy, can we go to the library? I'm bored of all these kitty books.
I have to feed the cows, honey. Why don't you look up something interesting on the internet? She handed me an old computer, and I was mind blown. I fell in love with learning, and by the time I was 5, I could read advanced books and do large sums mentally. My parents were so proud. I was super excited to start school, but I didn't make many friends. Kids made fun of my clothes, which were obviously hand-me-downs, and my school bag was Mom's homemade project. But I always tried reminding myself that it didn't matter, because being smart was the most important thing in the world. Once in 10th grade, though, I was part of a big math competition, and I was so embarrassed when my parents turned up in their stained work overalls. They could have tried to look better. I was acing the competition, and if I got the last question right, I'd win $1,000.
What is the square root of 3,254?
57.
Correct.
My parents jumped up and down excitedly, but I could see everyone laughing at them.
It's a good thing she won. These homeless people could really use the money.
I jumped off the stage and pounced on the boy. Several teachers pulled us apart, and I was sent to the principal's office. I thought I'd be in big trouble, but instead, I found a man in a top hat smiling at me.
Hello, Lily. I'm Professor Lin. I'm here to offer you a place in my boarding school in London on full scholarship. It's a special school for gifted kids like you.
That school just sounded amazing, but when my parents were called in, they seemed reluctant about sending me away and said they'd think about it. What was there to think about? Later that night, I begged them to send me to London.
Don't you want to take over the family business, kiddo?
No, not at all. I want to be a scientist, not some farmer. This place is only holding me back. They looked hurt, and I felt a bit guilty, but I knew I was destined for greater things. The school offered one spot in a neurobiology program at a great university every year, and I was gonna get it. 2 weeks later, I flew off to London. When I got to my new high school, I almost fainted. The place was massive. The dorm room was the size of my house, and I even had 2 roommates.
Hi, I'm Emmy, and this is Madison.
You can hang with us as long as you change your clothes.
You smell like a chicken.
Be nice, Emmy. I'm sure Lily's tired from the long flight. Are you up for a school tour? They took me around campus, and it felt nice to have friends for once. But I felt a little sad knowing how much my parents would have loved to see the huge gardens.
So, you're from New York City, right? I've been there a few times, but living there must be a dream.
Yeah, of course. A lovely dream.
You must run into models and celebrities all the time.
Yeah, I once ran straight into Dame Goo Goo Gaga. Dropped some coffee on her, but she was really nice about it.
You mean Lady Gaga?
Yeah, what did I say? You know what? I really do need to take a shower. I felt a bit ashamed for lying, but this place was for ultra-rich kids. Emmy's nose would have turned up another 10 degrees if she knew about my suburban life and my farmer parents. I had a chance to make friends, and I didn't want them looking down on me. So I always FaceTimed my parents when no one was around, and Googled enough facts about Manhattan to make it sound like I lived there. And Emmy took me under her wing. She was pretty, smart, and super popular. And I soon realized she kinda ran the school. She decided who got a place on the debate team, on the cheerleading squad, on the mathletes. Everyone did what Emmy said.
You girls are not allowed to wear skinny jeans from now on. They're my thing. Everyone, hand over your lunch cookies. My pet turtle adores them.
Madison was always doing Emmy's homework, and one day I asked why.
You think I can say no? You don't really know Emmy yet, or what she can do.
Ooh, can she turn us all to frogs? I'm not joking, Lily. Because of her, one girl failed a year, another girl was expelled, and she didn't even make anything up. Those girls had cheated in exams, and Emmy discovered their secrets and used them because those girls had pissed her off. She exploits people's secrets and weaknesses, which she always finds out. Like, she knows how badly I want to stay on the debate team, so she uses that to make me do her work. Why has no one complained about her bullying? She's a model student with an angel's face, and her parents are the school's biggest donors. Complaints against her don't work. I really didn't want to get into Emmy's bad books after that, but I did when I scored full marks on a math quiz while her score was 99.
What were you thinking, Lily? Don't you know that everyone makes a few mistakes intentionally so they're always behind me?
What? No, I had no idea. And I'm not doing that.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Good night then.
It's 3 in the afternoon.
I know. And with that, she walked away.
Why did her words send chills down my spine? But Emmy was fine with me the next few days.
There's a huge bonfire in the woods at midnight. Everyone who's anyone will be there.
But aren't the woods off limits?
Not for me. My parents give so much money to the school, they basically own it. It'll be fine.
We were having a great time dancing by the fire when suddenly the campus police showed up. Emmy had vanished, and the campus officer said they'd received an anonymous tip about me arranging this bonfire. No, I didn't. But then all the students confirmed that they'd received their invites from me. Emmy had clearly set me up, and the witch was pretending to be fast asleep when we got back to the dorm. The next day, I was called in by Professor Lin, who seemed disappointed. Sir, would you believe me if I said I'm not guilty? I shouldn't have been there, but I didn't start it, I swear. Professor Lin kept asking me who did, but I refused to give a name, and he finally let me go with a warning.
Ready to pack your bags, Lily? Such a shame. I liked having you as a friend.
Then you'll be delighted to hear that I'm not going anywhere. The principal let me off, just like that. Cool, no? Emmy looked furious and she stormed off. She knows how smart you are and she'll keep trying to get you to fail on purpose. But do me a favor and keep knocking her off her top spot. After that, I stopped hanging out with Emmy, and I didn't care that it cost me some friends. I focused on my studies and broke all academic records. Then one day in sophomore year, a transfer student showed up, and he had all the girls swooning.
This is Tyler, and he's a child prodigy. He wants to study neurobiology. Lily here is top of our class. I'm sure you two will have a lot in common.
A prodigy? Neurobiology? Who did this guy think he was? It's the middle of the semester, Professor. He'll never be able to catch up. I'm sure I can handle myself just fine. Tyler sat down next to me, and I tried to ignore how I had butterflies when he looked at me. I would not let him distract me from my goals. Do you want to form a study group? No, I'm the smartest here. I don't need anyone dragging me down. Wow, okay, rude. And you know, I was the smartest at my old school. So, may the best man win. Bring it on. And it's gonna be the best woman, aka me. Emmy immediately swooped in and became friends with Tyler. Not that I cared. All I wanted was to beat him. But it was harder than I thought. Tyler seemed to get top grades without even much effort. He was constantly goofing off and telling stories, which made all the kids love him. And he was always messing with me. Like one day in biology, Tyler put a giant squid on my head. Everyone look, Lily's an octopus. Ew, get the thing off me! All the other kids laughed, and even the teacher giggled. You're so easy to mess with, Lily. Just relax. Why don't you join me for a chess match tonight? I don't have time to relax. I have actual work to do. Geez, sorry. Didn't know you were the Queen of England. Why would I hang out with my arch rival anyway? Arch rival? What do you think your life is, an MSA episode? A what now? You don't know what MSA is? Man, I can't talk to you. Have a nice day. Don't tell me what kind of day to have. But even worse was when we got paired in the chemistry lab and he kept giving me instructions. Can you zip it for 2 minutes? I know what I'm doing. You really look like you don't. Just let me show you. He tried grabbing the beaker from me, and we ended up knocking over some expensive equipment. Look what you did, buffoon! You did that too, she-beast. Peanut brains? Dimwit. Nincompoop! Suddenly, I realized his face was super close to mine, and I almost thought he'd kiss me. But we were interrupted by the angry teacher, and I couldn't help feeling disappointed? Don't even think about it. About what? I know your nerdy little heart is crushing on Tyler, but he doesn't like you. He's gonna ask me out any day, so spare yourself the misery. As if. He's all yours. And my focus shifted right back to my grades when Tyler scored higher than me in the math finals. This was getting out of hand. I decided to stay over summer break to catch up on studies. But when I went to the library the next day, Tyler and Emmy were there with their group. Oh, hey Lily. Want me to give you some tutoring lessons? You've got to be kidding me. Why are you here? Don't you have a family to go home to?
I thought I'd stay over break, just to help you.
I tried to concentrate on my books, but they wouldn't stop laughing and distracting me. And I hated to admit it, but they looked like they were having fun, and I kind of felt left out. So later, when Madison asked me to join them in the dining hall, I didn't say no. And to my surprise, I was actually having a good time. Tyler joked all night, and I could see why everyone liked him so much. Plus, he was really cute, and he kept looking my way. Then sometime later, he came and sat next to me.
Looks like you're having fun.
Actually, I am. Thanks.
Good. And I'm serious about that study group, if you ever want to trade notes.
Yeah, that sounds kinda nice. I'm ready to beat you at chess, too. We started eating lunch together every day, and he gave me his notes on calculus, and I helped him make flashcards for anatomy. And our chess matches became a regular thing that everyone loved to watch. Of course, Emmy was hating all this, which made it even better. But then one day at lunch, my heart dropped when Emmy walked in with my parents behind her. What are you guys doing here? Your friend Emmy got in touch and told us you haven't been feeling well. So we decided to visit. Probably took your entire year saving to buy the tickets, huh? Well, listen up, everybody. Lily's been lying this whole time about living in Manhattan. She's here on scholarship, and her parents are lame dairy farmers. Your daughter told everyone she has rich, successful parents. Guess she's ashamed of you, and I can't blame her. Everyone looked shocked, but my parents looked so hurt that I couldn't bear it. I attacked Emmy, and Madison rushed forward to break us up. When I looked around, I saw my parents had left, and I went running after them, but I couldn't find them anywhere. I sat down on some stairs and started to cry. Moments later, Madison and Tyler joined me. I saw them leaving in a cab, Lily. Why didn't you tell me? Because I've always had people looking down on me for being poor. And I thought it would be 10 times worse at a place like this, even though I deserve to be here. Yeah, you do deserve it. But I bet it wouldn't have been possible without your parents supporting you, right? You don't need to hide who you are, or the people who love you the most for people who don't even matter.
You know, my mom married some rich guy and they shipped me off to boarding school to get rid of me. I didn't go home because I hate being there. You don't need to be embarrassed that your parents aren't rich, Lily. At least they care about you.
They were both right, and I felt terrible. They'd always put me first, and they certainly didn't need money to be the best parents ever. I immediately called to apologize. Don't worry about it, honey. When you come home, we'll eat tons of pasta and watch all our favorite movies.
And we'll always be so proud of our little genius.
I spent the next 2 weeks studying for the exam for the neurobiology spot with Tyler. Even though we were competing, we cheered each other on. And this time, I didn't care about winning. I knew I'd be okay either way because I had friends and parents who supported me. While we waited for the results, the one thing that really cheered me up was Emmy failing 3 subjects. I may have messed up some of her final term assignments. I'm leaving, so I have nothing to lose, right? Some days later, I was called into the principal's office, and my heart was racing to see Tyler there.
You two are the best students we've ever had at this school, and you tied on the test. But unfortunately, we only have 1 spot in the program.
Tyler should take it.
Lily deserves it.
We both started laughing, and Tyler took my hand. No matter who gets it, we'll both be okay.
Well, the university dean has decided to give 2 students from our school a place on the program after seeing the results. He didn't want to lose out on such talent. So, you both get to go this fall.
I turned to Tyler excitedly, and he kissed me right there.
Giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly.